Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending today's service. So just real quick, this will be the last weekly memorial service. We're going to change the format to back to the traditional Shotsuki service so that there'll be a service every month, so once a month, and it will be at the beginning of the month, so the first Sunday. We'll still do the same way of signing up for having your loved one's name read, if you could just fill out the sheet. But just letting everyone know, as we begin the new Dharma school year, we will be changing to this monthly memorial service format. So next weekend, I believe, is still August, so it won't be that weekend, but the following weekend would be the first Shotsuki. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started with the chanting of Sanbutsuge. Nammon, nobs, nammon, nobs, nammon, nobs, nobs, nobs. Kogen gigi ijimu koku nyoze enmyo muyo tosha nichigatsu mani shuko enyo kaishitsu onbei yunyaku jumoku nyorai yogen chosei murin shogaku daion konu jippo kaimon shojin sammai chie itoku muryo shusho keu jindai zennen shobutsu hokai gujin jin no kugo kaitai mumyo yokunu seson yomu nin no shishi jindoku muryo kukun konai chie jinmyo komyo iso shindo daisen ganga samens zaisho o kado shoji mifu genatsu fuse joi kainin shojin ryoze sammai chie ijo gosei tokubutsu unyo shigan isai kukun isa dayan keshi umutsu hyakusen okuman muryo daisho shunyo gojaku yo isai shito shobutsu unyo gudo kensho fukyaku hinyo goja shobutsu sekai bufu kake mushu setsu no komyo shisho henshi shokoku nyoze shojin ijin nanyo ryoga sabutsu koku no dai ichi goshu kimyo dojo chozetsu koku nyo naion rimu toso gato aimin dodatsu isai jippo naisho shinnetsu shoujo ito gakok keraku annon kobutsu shinmyo zega shinsho hotsugan noi 力小小欲実歩生存死へ無下上領子孫地が信行権領心死食毒中画行精進人流権南蛮ダム南蛮ダム南蛮ダム南蛮ダム南蛮ダム南蛮ダムがんにしくどく平等正祭道も大心往生安楽南蛮ダブス南蛮ダブス南蛮ダブス南蛮ダブス南蛮ダブス南蛮ダブスThere are no names to read today, so we'll just go into the Dharma talk. So we've all been having to deal with this pandemic and shelter in place for a long time, for months now, and it's been, I think, taking a toll on all of us. It's been hard, but it's still not great outside. And I mean, if you're in the Northern California area, the air outside is just terrible now also, so more things to worry about. But anyway, unfortunately, what happens when we are exposed to something that is dangerous repeatedly, then we no longer start to fear it anymore. So there's this psychological phenomenon when we're exposed to something that scares us a lot. Sometimes it can be traumatic, but sometimes it can actually make us less and less afraid of it. So, for instance, if you are afraid of bugs or something, then perhaps someone might tell you to be in a room with a bug or like touch a bug or something, and then it would help you to get over it. So there are some good aspects to it where you can maybe function in your life a little bit better if there are some things that make it difficult for your life. For me, one instance of it would be when I was learning to drive, and the freeway was the most frightening thing for me. I remember driving at 30 miles an hour was pretty fast, and then 40 was really fast. So trying to get up to 65 miles an hour was quite a challenge for me. Of course, I had the driving instructor in the special car that had the two steering wheels and the gas and the brakes. So it made me feel a little bit better about it. But doing that for the first time was frightening. And then, of course, the next couple times afterwards, it was less and less scary. And then, eventually I got a speeding ticket because I was going too fast. But the idea of how scary the freeway was compared to the danger of it, one of them changed, but the other one didn't. So let me kind of explain that again, where I was afraid of going onto the freeway because everything was fast, and it was scary because when cars are going fast, there's this danger that you could get seriously injured. The more I went on the freeway, the less that fear happened, but the danger of being seriously injured in a car accident remained the same. If anything, it probably got worse because as I got older, there was more cars on the road. So just because my fear went away, it didn't mean that the danger went away. In the same way, when we're in this pandemic, if we, for the first time, are really scared to go outside, to go to the grocery store, but then we go and we come back home and everything's fine, nothing happened, we were okay, and then we go again and we're okay again. We start to think that maybe it isn't so bad after all, that it isn't that scary. But the reality is that the danger is still there. It's still very possible for us to suffer, to transmit it to someone else. The danger is still there, but our fear goes away. Now, where this comes into, where it intersects with Buddhism, is Buddhism always tries to get us to see the reality beyond our perceptions. So true reality, and then there's our perceptions that kind of skew it a little bit. So our perception of reality is that it isn't that dangerous, that we are kind of guaranteed like tomorrow. The reality is that there's many opportunities for us to be in a serious accident, almost to the point of us, dying anytime anything happens, right? Even in our house, we're not safe because who knows if there's going to be like a fire or earthquake or something like that, right? We just don't know. But every night we go to sleep, and then the next morning we wake up and we're okay. And so we feel like it's actually kind of more safe than it actually is. The reality is that there's always that kind of impending danger, whereas in our reality that we create, we're going to be okay. And Buddhism tries to shake us and like wake us up to the reality that tomorrow is not always so guaranteed. This isn't to say that Buddhism is trying to scare everybody or get everyone to panic or spend their savings or whatever. Rather, it's to get us to appreciate our lives. And for myself, my personal understanding of Buddhism, this appreciation is the most meaningful, is the most important, and is the most helpful to our own lives when it is expressed in action. And what I mean by that is if we are just appreciative and we just sit with that appreciation, that's good. It's a good start, and it's also important, to have that kind of self-reflection. But we have to get up and make that next step of, if we truly appreciate the life we are given, what are we doing with it? Are we putting compassion into the world? Are we creating beneficial circumstances for other people? Are we letting people that we love, know that we love them? Are we expressing that? And then the people who have passed away that have loved us, what are we doing with everything that they've done for us? So to wrap it up, to conclude, when we think about how life is impermanent, how it could be gone from us really at any second, it begins to express itself through our actions. And in Jodo Shinshu, we understand it happens spontaneously, that when we feel that kind of appreciation of life spontaneously, we want to act in a different way, in a way that doesn't squander the amazing opportunities that we've been giving, the fantastic circumstances that we have been allowed to live in this world today. I know right now it doesn't seem like we're that lucky, but we are alive. We have the ability to do many things still. And so what are we doing in our lives to continue to perpetuate that kind of compassion? So I hope everyone really tries to stay safe for themselves, for others. We'll get through all of this together, but it's up to us to reflect on ourselves and recognize how incredible our opportunity is, and not to squander that in our responsibilities. If you could please join me in Gassho. Nam Mô Amida Butsu. Nam Mô A Di Đà Phật. 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 Okay, I'll now close with the reading on the letter on white ashes. In silently contemplating the transient nature of human existence, nothing is more fragile and fleeting in this world than the life of man. Thus, we've not heard of human life lasting for 1,000 years. Life passes swiftly, and few among men can maintain their form for even 100 years. Whether I go before others or others go before me, whether it be today or tomorrow, who is to know? Those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew. Though in the morning we may have radiant health, in the evening we may return to white ashes. When the winds of impermanence blow, our eyes are closed forever, and when the last breath leaves us, our face loses its color. Though loved ones may gather and lament, everything is to no avail. The body is then sent into an open field and vanishes from this world with the smoke of cremation, leaving only the white ashes. Nothing is more real than this truth of life. The fragile nature of human existence underlies both the young and the old, and therefore we must, one and all, turn to the teachings of the Buddha Dharma and awaken to the essence of life. By so understanding the meaning of death, we come to appreciate the meaning of this life, which is to be treasured because it is unrepeatable. By virtue of true compassion, let us realize the unexcelled value of this existence, and let us live together with gratitude in our hearts. Nam Mô A Di Đà Phật. 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 Thank you again, everyone, for attending. And again, just a reminder, there will be no weekly memorial service next week. There won't be any more weekly memorial services. We're now going back to the monthly memorial at the first Sunday of every month. Please take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.